Hello, Sam Ingalls from Sound on Sound magazine here. I'm at SynthFest 2022 in Sheffield. I'm delighted to be joined by Kim Bjorn from Bjooks. Hello.
Thank you.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. It's busy, very busy this year. It's amazing to be here.
Yeah, well, thanks so much for coming over and joining us. Now, you're the author of, I was going to say, the Ultimate Synth book, but you've now got really quite a lot of synth books.
Yeah.
Including
and
two
several
new ones
authors.
which you're holding.
Yeah. I think the Ultimate Synth book might be Synth Gems 1 by Mike Medley. So we have different authors, but the new one is Patch Tweak With Korg. That's a small one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we have Inspire the Music, which has several contributors.
Okay.
It's a big one, 400 pages, a lot of work. So
the subtitle of Inspire the Music is 50 Years of Roland History.
Yeah.
That gives a clue to the content, I guess.
I hope so. Yeah, and it's been quite a job, going through 50 years of gear. It's just, it's been a massive work. But we've had great help from Roland officially, and we have like 70 interviews with artists in the book, and access to their archives, and yeah.
So was there a lot in that 50 years that surprised you, even though you're a synth expert already?
Well, I don't know if I'm an expert, but there was definitely stuff that surprised me in good ways also, and fun ways. So I think that people will discover that they may have their favorites, but they will discover some new stuff that, I didn't know they did that variation or that market or whatever it is, or those little details maybe. But I think also what surprised me the most is the sheer amount of gear across several categories, like guitar stuff and drum stuff, and we have all this covered: pianos, organs, harpsichords, not just synths.
So you're covering the entire output of Roland and Boss as well, or?
Some output of Boss, obviously not all the stuff, but some of the significant, the emerging of the compact pedals, the first pedals, the guitar synth stuff from Roland also. So we arranged the chapters in instrument categories.
Because it is incredible when you think about it. You think Roland, 303, 808, 909, and then you think, Space Echoes. And you think, Jupiter 8. There's so much stuff.
There's so much. And it actually hurts when you're doing a book and you can only allocate a few pages to one of the most iconic pieces of gear maybe. But that's the deal we have here, that we wanted to cover a lot of stuff at the expense maybe of a little bit of space. But then I think we have, on the other hand, the full story. And we have, old ads and old catalog pages and interesting stories from the artists through the ages.
So who are the authors that you've collaborated with on this?
Oh, it's a lot. It's Peter Kern, as people may know from CDM. Mm-hmm. Alex Ball, as you know also. Adam Douglas and Colin Russell have been the main contributors. Mike Medley, my editor, also the author of Synth Gems 1, has written some pieces. And then we have like Scott Harper, who contributed, was my co-author on Pedal Crush, and Daniel Orkin, also from Reverb. So we have special experts on different subjects, because we wanted to get as deep as we could and get everything exact. All the facts, all the years, all the technical details, how many oscillators, whatever it is,
Wow. So is this now out and available to buy?
It is. We actually sold out here at SynthFest. It's crazy, but people queued up from the morning. So that's been great. It's been great to see how people are really looking forward to this book. But it's in the UK now. It's in Europe now. It's going to be in the US later this week, depending on when people view this. But and also in the rest of the world later this week.
Oh, fantastic! And
yep.
I mean, I'm hoping other Japanese manufacturers are not feeling left out now. So let's have a turn to Patch and Tweak with Korg.
Yeah. It's What do you want to know?
Well, so, I mean, what's specific, Korg specific about Patch and Tweak with Korg?
It's the same concept as we did with Patch and Tweak with Moog, which, taking a handful of popular semi-modular synths and explaining how they work and how you can collaborate with them. But with this one, we had different synths, like we have the ARP 2600M, the MS-20 Mini, and the Volca Modular. So it's also three very different approaches to synthesis, which is very exciting, I think. And then we have the NTS2 oscilloscope, which comes out in a bundle with the book next year from
cool.
Korg. Yeah. So the concept is basically dealing with these three synths and learning about how you can patch stuff up in general. We have a foreword by Kitaro, which is one of my childhood heroes, so that's really great. I love that. And then we also have interviews like the other books. We have the engineers Fumio Mieda, the younger engineers, they're all in there. And it's been really amazing to dive deep in the history also of Korg synths, because we have a whole timeline in the back of the book with all the synth stuff. We had to limit that a bit also, because obviously they have a big output. And so we also have an ARP story about ARP instruments and an ARP synth timeline with some pretty amazing photos, I think, of the original stuff. So it's been really great to work with these synths, and we have everything from sound effects to lead patches, bass, and also interconnecting the different instruments. And so people can learn a lot about modular and semi-modular synthesis from this book.
So what was the reason for choosing those particular synths out of all the many ones that Korg make?
These are semi-modular. Korg haven't actually done a lot of semi-modular synths, but these are important ones also. I mean, the MS-20 was, the MS-10 and MS-20 was like legendary, iconic, and quite, for the English scene also, or the British scene. The ARP 2600, you can't argue about that one. And the Volca Modular is just like really an accessible, fun way to learn about patching also in a different environment actually, and very affordable also. So that's the reason why I chose these ones. But it's been fun to work with them.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
It must be hard to stop playing and start writing.
Yeah, when do I put down the machine, I actually start picking up the keyboard. So.
Well, I can see that you've got more self-discipline than me, because the book exists.
Me too, yeah.
Is this available now?
Yes, it's also available now. We announced that yesterday actually. So it's available by itself now. So.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Ken. Great to see you.
You've been busy. Yeah, great seeing you. Thank you so much.